Hi again, this is Melissa Neely, and we're back. We're here in Springfield, Illinois, at the Art of Hosting event, Illinois, for May 2010. And I have with me here Kristine, and we're talking about having and doing work in the community. So I think we all call it social service work, but specifically work that deals with children, family, and community. So we're having conversations here at this particular Art of Hosting about conversations that help us have a healthy and a sustainable community. And so Kristine and I were just having a conversation about how it is important now as we individualize this work that we're okay with ourselves.
Yeah, and thanks, Melissa. It's really great to be at the Art of Hosting, and it's really just it's a life changer.
Absolutely.
And last year I came to the Art of Hosting. It was my first exposure to all these processes and methods and ways of conversation, and I was a little like,
what's that about?
What's this all about?
Really going on?
This is kind of crazy. And I realized, and I was in a different place then than I am now.
Absolutely.
And I needed it, and I didn't know it at the time. And it was so life changing for me that it's totally influenced the way I work. It's the way it's influenced the way both personally and professionally how I talk to people and how I listen to people, and to really find those moments that are very meaningful. I never paid attention to that before, and I realized, and I thought I was pretty well grounded in my career, and I realized that I had a lot more to learn, and a lot more that I could share with people, and not so much what I knew, but what they knew.
Right.
And I think we don't do that enough with one another. And in this time, it's still a wonderful, amazing experience. But I'm totally hanging on to that turning to one another piece.
Right.
And I heard it last year, and I knew it. This time I really get it.
Yeah. And I want to say that Kristine was the first person that I had a conversation with when I got here. And so the conversation started kind of in a intentional arrival activity. Right. And the question was asked, why was it important that you be here? And so me, kind of like her, came to this place at a very interesting, pivotal point in my life. And when I began to tell her my story, I had like 2.5 minutes to tell her my story. Right. And she gave me this burst of energy that says, you're at the right place, you're supposed to be here, I am so glad you're here, I hear your passion, I hear your commitment, and tears just welled up. And so that was my first experience with the Art of Hosting, which for me I thought it was going to be a regular conference, but it's totally not a conference. This is more like a retreat. And I didn't know I needed a retreat because I had been doing, and still would be continuing to do, a lot of work in my community, but I didn't know exactly how this would really impact and affect what I'm doing. And like she said, now learning, how do I listen? How do I speak? What's my conversation? What's my body language? How do I really help people and make it be everlasting and effective? Right. And like you said, and for me, just a few days I've been here, I've had so many